Good morning, everyone. So I welcome you all to today's webinar, and I am Pooja Purohit, an IDP certified tutor here at IELTS Tutorials OCs Group. And today, people, for this webinar, we've planned so many things. We have announcements to make, we have giveaways, we have our immigration expert, जो आपको counseling देंगे after I finish up with my session. My session will be on assessment parameters for your IELTS speaking test. I hope you attended my last session and you were there to take that session. Right, so I'll be sharing my screen and I hope it's visible to all of you. Right. I can see a few people who were there for my last webinar, and I'm glad that you've joined back. So coming to IELTS tutorials, our journey so far has been beautiful. So many success stories. हम लोग के साथ में more than 130K students have registered. Online coaching, 1.5K students have joined, and more than 70% students have got their desired bands, and of course 7+ score in IELTS. We have huge numbers of Android and iOS app users. Our app rating is 4.7. आप भी हमारा ऐप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं, easily use कर सकते हैं for your practice. And we have a huge community of Telegram, which is more than 10,000 students. Trust me, we help you all there as well. You can, it's free to join, and you all are most welcome to get tips from our expert tutors on Telegram as well. Right, so moving further, coming to the topic, I'll be talking today about parameters of assessment for your speaking test. What are the parameters means? आपको किस चीज पे evaluate किया जाएगा during your IELTS speaking? I'll be talking precisely on that. Apart from this, I will also be giving you a few tips how to improve your fluency and of course, how to boost your confidence. So let's get started, people. Now, last people जो मुझसे मिले थे and few people who are aware कि speaking test का क्या structure है, I'll just quickly have a review of this. So section 1 is about rapport building, where the examiner asks you questions about your work, study, आपकी family, neighborhood, किसी भी बारे में बात की जाती है. Section 2 जो है, that is a long talk section. Cue card दिया जाता है and you are expected to talk for 2 minutes, while your section 3 is discussion, where you're asked direct questions related to your section 2. I hope everyone is aware of this format. अगर नहीं तो मैंने ये बता दिया है for us to get started now, that what are you evaluated on. Before I myself get to the point, I want to ask to my audience, is anyone aware what are you being evaluated for in your speaking test? Minded people, speaking test is a face-to-face interaction. Examiner आपके सामने बैठा होता है and you both are interacting, and वही examiner आपको marks भी दे रहा होता है, right? So it's about a 11 to 14 minute conversation between you and the examiner, where examiner आपसे questions पूछता है and you answer. But right now, I want you all to answer. Please tell me if anyone's aware as to what are the parameters of assessment. क्या चीज पे आपको evaluate किया जाता है? क्या किसी को पता है? You can write your answers in the chat box. Come on, people. I want you all to talk, to interact. आप मुझसे हिंदी में, English में, whatever language you're comfortable, either of two, because I know only these two languages. आप मुझसे बात कर सकते हैं. You can write your answers in the chat box. Is anyone aware कि क्या चीजों पे आपको evaluate किया जा रहा है? Okay, Rahul, thank you so much for answering. Very well. Fluency, vocabulary. Okay. Rahul, very well. Others, anyone else? जिनको पता है? Confidence. Okay, Chelsea, thank you for answering. How about others? What's your take? आपको क्या चीज पता है about your test, examination जो आप देने वाले हैं? when you're all aspiring to take up IELTS and clear? Grammar, yes, Rahul, very correct there. Right. What else? Anyone else who's aware? थोड़ा स्लाइड भी अगर आपको पता है कि ये चीज के लिए मैं बोलूंगा और मुझे मार्क्स मिलने वाले हैं. So you can write in the chat box. I can see a few people answering. Speaking skills. Okay, Chelsea, speaking skills. Yeah, the language. आप किस तरह से आपकी language को present करते हैं. Very well there. Anyone else who wants to write or has any idea? So Veena has written a repeating of words. So yes, repetition, you are noted whether you're repeating your words and you're losing your points. So in fact, how comfortable you are to use a lot of synonyms to present your ideas, that is important. But thanks for pointing that out, Veena. Glad. Acha ji, native accent and words should be avoided. अच्छा ठीक है, तो आप बात कर रही हैं, अगर मैं इसको precisely रखूं, तो you are talking about pronunciation. Very well there, Veena. Thank you for pointing that out. Anything else that is coming to anyone's mind? Right, so I can see a few answers. Thank you people for answering, and let's get started. Right, so people, you're evaluated on 4 parameters: fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy, and your pronunciation. Very 4 important parameters that you might have heard. आपने सुना जरूर होगा, लेकिन आपको exactly पता नहीं होगा कि इस पे आपको किस तरह से the examiner will be assessing you, right? So starting with the first parameter, fluency and coherence. Let me just stop sharing the screen and talk to you. Let me talk to you all. So what is fluency and coherence, people? First parameter. Fluency is the ease with which you speak. The natural flow of your ideas is how fluent you are. Mind it, people, it's not your speed. It's the natural flow with which you speak. And how well you are able to maintain a constant rate of speech where you are neither too fast and nor too slow. At the same time, you are not repeating your words. There is no hesitation or no fumbling. आप कहीं भी अटक नहीं रहे हैं, and you're clearly speaking. And what is coherence? Coherence is the logical connection of your ideas. Understand, it's very important for you to give a relevant answer to the question that is asked to you. At the same time, you present your ideas in the right sequence and structure. For that, you should be able to use connectives well. What are those? Words like but, so, however, then. All these connectives give you an opportunity to just speak your language with a clear flow. Your complete structure is maintained. Also, you can use signpost. What are signposts, people? Signposts are those words which help you in linking your sentences in a way so that they come across structured and not absolutely abrupt, right? For example, firstly, I'd like to talk about, or another reason to add to it is, finally, I would like to say that, in conclusion, I think these were the best parameters, right? So these signposts, if you use, they help them to keep the complete flow of your thoughts structured. And this is what you need to take care of in your fluency and your coherence parameter. So all these 4 parameters, people, hold a 25% weightage where you're given 1 band for each of the parameter, and then an overall score is calculated. Now, when I talked about fluency and coherence, for any candidate to achieve a band 7, what are the parameters? He should speak at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. There could be hesitation, but very little. and whatever it is only content related, and should be able to use a range of connectives with some flexibility. Let me give you a simple example. Say, for instance, the examiner asks you, do you have many friends? I would say, well, I'm quite social and I have an extended friend circle. However, I don't meet them frequently due to our hectic lifestyles, but we do sometimes plan get-togethers on weekends, right? I talked very naturally. Whatever first thing came to my mind about a certain question, I used the right set of connectives to express my ideas. There was no hesitation. Say, for instance, I say, well, I don't have many friends. I have friends on Facebook. I don't meet them often. So here, you firstly not connected your answers. They come across only as bullet points, as if 3 points आप बोल रहे हैं. And it is clearly visible to the examiner that you are taking a lot of time to think and you're not confident with your language skills. Therefore, important parameter is that you speak naturally, you don't mug up things, you try to speak in the best possible way, whatever words click to your mind. During your practice, start using the right set of connectives to express your ideas and opinions clearly. I hope this parameter is clear to you. Moving further, the next important parameter is lexical resource. Lexical resource, people, if I talk in general language, wo hota hai vocabulary, right? So the range of words that you use to express your ideas is your vocab. So you should have an understanding to how to paraphrase effectively. You should also know different synonyms. जैसा अभी वीना ने बोला था, that repetition of words. So you don't have to repeat the set of words. अगर आप बार-बार repeat कर रहे words, that means you have a very limited vocab, right? It's essential that you find out synonyms for different words. Now, when we practice, when I practice, or all our tutors team, we practice here at IELTS Tutorials, we ensure कि हम students को ये नहीं बोलते कि आप vocab find कीजिए. Students क्या करते हैं कि अलग-अलग synonyms ढूंढते जाते हैं, उनके words note down करते जाते हैं. How will that be helpful? No. You should always find subject-related vocab. So, हम लोग speaking में, whenever we are discussing something, a certain topic, we will ask students to find topic-related vocab. So while you're practicing, you know that these set of words will help me in this speaking topic. And this is how you should maintain your complete diary of vocab. That is the right strategy, right way to practice. Another thing, you should have an understanding of using idioms. I've so many times come across students where they don't know how to use idioms effectively. So practice. No, first, when you've listed down a set of idioms, you should know their correct meanings. For example, I was on cloud 9 after clearing my exam. I was on cloud 9. That means I was happy. I was elated, right? It was like a cakewalk for me. That means it was very easy. That's not my cup of tea. That means something that is very tough for you and you don't think you can do that. Right? So phrases, words, whatever you find, you should know the right usage of them. Once you know that, only then you use them correctly. And this is where we give feedback to our students. So many times people just randomly find high vocab words and they start using it incorrectly in their speech. So it's essential not to just list down vocab. Firstly, list down topic-related vocab, understand how to use it, and then use it effectively in your speech. So for you to get a band 7, the person should use vocabulary flexibly to discuss a variety of topics. She should use less common and idiomatic vocabulary, show some awareness of style and collocation. Does anyone know what is collocation, people? You can write it in the chat box if you're aware. What is collocation? Kisi ko pata hai? Anyone who has any idea can write in the chat box. Okay. Any try? Try कर सकते हैं. You might be wrong, but that's fine. Learning English or learning any new language, it is a try process. You know, you try, you fail, you again relearn things, and then you this is how you improvise. So if you know any idea, anything you know about collocations, no problem. I can't see any answers, but I'll give you. So collocations, people, are the words that naturally go together. For example, you will always say, I'm fond of fast food. You never say, I like quick food, right? So fast food, these words go naturally together. For another example could be, her baby is due next month. You never say that her baby is coming next month, right? So due next month, that is the collocation. Powerful engine. You never say a very strong engine, although that can be used, but what's the right word that goes there? Powerful. In a similar manner, English में ऐसे बहुत सारे words हैं जो naturally साथ में जाते हैं. So ये भी examiner note कर रहा है that are you comfortable? आपको पता है how to use these words which naturally go together? So use the right set of collocations and you should have a basic understanding. This is where native English language speakers ये सब use करते हैं, and this is what is being evaluated in your speech as well. Now, when I talk about paraphrasing, let me give you a very simple example. Say, for instance, the examiner asks you, do you think people should play games? Or do you think everyone should play games? So my answer would be, in my opinion, it's vital for everyone to indulge into any sort of sport for them to lead a healthy and balanced life. And if I say, here I have paraphrased, I have replaced do you think with in my opinion. And important games are, so I said they play a vital role. I've given the examiner a range of vocab where he can mark me on. अब इधर गलती क्या करते हैं students? They just directly copy the words. If the examiner asks you, do you think it's important for people to play games? They say, yes, it is important for people to play games. So you've used the same set of vocab that is given to you by the examiner. आपने कहाँ examiner को आपको mark करने के लिए दिया? आपने कहाँ अपनी language skill present की? I very well understand कि हमारे teachings में, मतलब जब से हमने पढ़ाई start किया, tutors हमें इस तरह से पढ़ाती थी कि आंसर वहीं से start होगा, right? आपको just copy करना है. Yes, I will write about this, or yes, I know about this, or no, it is not important to do this. We were taught that ways, but same strategy does not work for us speaking. Hence, it's important that you replace the set of vocab given in the question with your own vocab. And this is where you use different synonyms. Now, I would want everyone to give me the answer to the same question. I want to see how well can you present your vocab. Do you think it's important for people to play games? People, you can write your answers in the chat box and I'll be giving you a feedback as to whether you framed your answer correctly or not. Please feel free. Write your answer there in the chat box. Quickly, people. Do you think it's important for people to play games? You can write your answer in the chat box. Try using a different set of vocab and I'll be giving you a feedback. So I can see a few people participating. Rahul, Chelsea, Veena, Trisha, others, please participate. आप chat box में लिख सकते हैं. That's the best way to answer. Anusha. So Anusha, we will ensure that our answers are not just yes and no. Okay, we have to elaborate our answer. Only then the examiner will be able to mark us on our skill set. Right. So we'll refrain from the practice of saying just a yes or no for our answers. Okay, Chelsea has given me an answer. In my opinion, it's quite necessary to play games for everyone as it stimulates. Very well framed, Chelsea. You have used do you think? जब do you think पूछा तो मतलब आपको they are asking you your perception. What do you think? आपको क्या लगता है? Okay. So according to me, in my opinion, or I believe, it is quite necessary to play games. Very well framed as it stimulates the body and the mind. Okay. Also, one important, very well written, Chelsea. You framed it very well. Also, one important thing here for speaking people, it's an informal conversation. So you can also use contractions. So you can say, I'd like to talk about a beautiful book that I read recently. So instead of saying I would, you use the word I'd like to talk about. Similarly, you can use other contractions like don't is for do not, doesn't for does not. And there are a list of contractions that can be used. They just reflect your understanding and your hold of language and how efficient a speaker you are, right? So native English language speakers, they always use contractions to express their ideas. So that is about vocabulary. Moving further, now grammatical range and accuracy. So I will just read one more answer. Vikrant has given an answer. Yes, it's essential to play sports for an individual's fitness or for an individual to maintain his fitness. Okay, but yes, you've replaced, and you can use such signpost like in my opinion or according to me. They also keep your answers structured. Veena has written, it's really essential to play games on daily basis as it helps to build a strong and tenacious body. In addition to that, very well used. In addition to that, it enhances team spirit, mental health, and fitness quotient of an individual. Right. So essential means very well written there, Veena. So essential means something which is very important. So don't use really there. So it's essential for people to play games, and that's very well framed and structured. Parul has written yes, because in our life, playing games is important. Now you can replace this word, Parul. Important has already been given by the examiner. So you can use essential, necessary. Any other word can be used, which means important and not the same word. Okay, vital, crucial, same means the same. For interacting with our family, playing games is important for interacting with our family members, friends, as compared to using social media. Yeah, so focus more on building bonds. So it's not just something which helps us keeping fit, but it also helps us in maintaining our bonds with our family, where we can play together and enjoy games. Okay, Parul, just try to structure a bit well. And that is your idea, your thought is very right, which you want to present. Just you could have used a better synonym. You could have replaced important there. Okay, Vikas, I believe yes, games are essential part of everyone's physical development. You can add one more line there. Right. So thank you so much, people, all of you, for answering. And this is how you should practice and take feedback. How you should improve. This is what we do here at IELTS Tutorials. हम लोग students के साथ में practice करते हैं. We guide them the right way of answering the questions. Quickly moving to the third parameter, which is your grammatical range and accuracy, people. So here, आपको किस चीज के लिए evaluate कर रहे हैं कि how comfortable or a person is to use all the 9 parts of speech. You should have an understanding of sentence structures, all the simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence structures. Once you're very comfortable using them, you should have a mixed bag of all these structures while you're presenting your ideas. You should not just stick to simple sentences, because then आपका answer ना ऐसे bullet point जैसा लगता है. So for compound sentences, use coordinating conjunctions like but, for, and, nor, yet. And for your complex sentences, use subordinating conjunctions like because, whereas, although. So you should have a fair understanding of joining your structures, coming up with compound and complex sentences. And Lastly, you should also be aware of tenses. I've seen my students making mistakes with tenses and sentence structures. So this is where you need a little more practice, work on yourselves, try coming up using not just simple sentences to frame your answers, but also use complex sentences and compound sentences. Okay, as आप लोग ने chat box में कई सारे जनों ने लिखा है, I could figure out that you were framing those sentences, and this is how you should practice. So for your band 7, you need to use a range of complex structures with some flexibility. Flexibly आपको use करना चाहिए, and frequently produce error-free sentences. तो कई बार अगर आपके थोड़े बहुत errors होंगे, as long as वो errors repeat नहीं हो रहे हैं, तो आप नीचे नहीं जाएंगे band पे. But if you repeat those errors, then you come down in your band. So you have to try your best that whatever sentences you come up with, they are error-free. Moving further to the last parameter, which is pronunciation. Now, pronunciation, people, is important because आप जो बोलते हैं, that should be easily understandable by the examiner. Now, here one important question I want to ask all of you. क्या आपको लगता है कि आपको accent के लिए marks दिए जाते हैं? In your exam, if you feel yes, you can write yes or no in the chat box. आपको लगता है कि आपका accent evaluate हो रहा है exam में? What's your take on this, people? What do you think? Okay, okay. So Veena ने बोला है yes, Parul said yes, Anusha says no, Christy says no, Rahul says no, Anushka is little confused. हाँ भी नहीं भी, no problem, maybe. Chelsea says no. Okay, remaining people, what's your take? No, no, okay. Tejas says no. Okay, right. So the correct answer is it's not evaluated. You can speak in any of the accent. Could be Indian, American, British, German, Italian. कोई से भी accent में आप बात कर सकते हैं. What you have to work on is your pronunciation. कि आप जो बोलते हैं, that has to be easily understandable by the examiner. उसमें problem नहीं होनी चाहिए. You should know the correct word stress. What do I mean by word stress? Say, for example, photograph and photography, not photography, right? So understanding the right word stress. Another example could be available. So here the stress is on VAR and not available, right? तो आपने stress कहाँ पर कर दिया? LA. This is how वो pronunciation आपकी check कर रहे होते हैं. Then it's pronunciation and not pronunciation. ये भी गलती करते हैं students. We made a beautiful reel abhi Instagram पे. You can check our Instagram page where we also talked about the pronunciation mistakes. अभी कई सारे students आते हैं, and it's okay. हमारा regional language का थोड़ा बहुत उस पे effect रहता है, but we can always learn and improve. So it's IELTS and not IELTS. That is also one mistake that people make. But it's good. हमें पता नहीं होता, so we should know and we should learn and work. So that's about word stress. Coming back to your vowel and consonant sounds. Also important thing is your intonation. Intonation क्या होती है? See, when you're talking and you're expressing that you went to a beautiful place which had a mesmerizing view and you were ecstatic to be at that place with your family and friends. You just felt ecstatic to be at that place, right? Now, when I'm speaking, you can see there is variation in my tone. If I just say, I went to a mesmerizing place and I was very happy to be there with my friends and family. कैसा लग रहा है? एकदम एक ही टोन में है, robotic लग रहा है? या कई बार हम लोग रट लेते हैं, when we mug up things, then also it comes across like this. So we have to ensure कि हम लोग robotic नहीं sound करें. We are absolute natural speakers and हमारे जो speech है उसमें there is a flow, certain flow. That intonation has to come in for us to sound like native speakers. So pronunciation is important, but your accent is not marked. Okay. Quickly coming to your band 7. You should use a range of pronunciation features with good control. You should show some effective use of features that is sustained over longer sentences. And you should be understood throughout. तो आपके पूरे speech में you should be easily understandable by the examiner. जहां तक examiner आपको समझ पाते हैं, you will not be using any bands there. But अगर आप word stress में गलती कर रहे हैं, intonation में गलती कर रहे हैं, तो वहां you lose out your points. Okay? So those are your 4 parameters of assessment, and I told you how are you evaluated on all these 4 parameters. I also talked about कि band 7 के लिए आपको क्या-क्या चीजों का ध्यान रखना है. Now, before I tell you the giveaways of this session, I want to make a very important announcement. So we are coming up with an Australian Migration and Education event, people. It's from 4th to 8th of July, from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's Australian time. It's a mega virtual event, people. And for students or anyone who's very confused about the PR pathways to Australia, trust me, you're looking for a solution, this event is for you. There'll be so many sessions covered on these 5 days, that is from 4th to 8th of July, 2022, where they will be talking about the various PR visa pathways, and the sessions will be taken by expert migration consultants. It will also be focusing on the scholarships that you can avail for from different universities and institutes, and a 5-day event. You can also look out for, if at all you are a student and you're looking to align a certain course for you to get your PR, then also you can attend this event. If you're looking for a partner visa, parent visa, or any other sort of visa for Australia you're looking for, this is a free event, people. You can register now. The link for registration will be given in the chat box. So don't miss it and spread the word, people. Just a quick video for all of you to have a look and understand more about the event. Right. So people, you can enroll for this event, register yourself. It's a virtual event. All these 5 days, there are seminars, which are, absolutely rich in information. Please don't miss out and do register yourself. You can also spread the word. If anyone requires this information, you can just share this with them as well. Now, moving further. Okay, so those are the giveaways for today. All the people who've joined my webinar, you can avail this benefit. There are 2 free mock tests. These are 2 free scored mock tests for you. You can register yourself at IELTStutorials.com, and these free mock tests will directly be given to you. You can take them, practice them, you'll get your scores. The contact number is also given below. So if you wish to register with us, enroll with us for our coaching, you can contact on this number. People, trust me, हम लोग के पास में morning 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. we have batches running. So आपकी flexibility पे you could join any of the batch. We have an expert tutor team will be guiding you how to, get your desired bands. What are the tips and strategies required? आपको जो भी हम practice करवा रहे हैं, उस पे feedback देंगे. There is feedback on your writings. We also practice speaking with you. So if you're looking for the right mentors, the right team that can help you to get your desired scores. So please register yourself and enroll with us for your coaching. And आज जिन्होंने register कर रखा है इस webinar के लिए, they'll be getting 2 free scored mock tests from us. So avail this benefit. You can find the details in the chat box also, and the contact number is below. If you want our support A team will be there. Mr. Aditya Patel, after I finish my session, you can just contact him and he'll guide you how to enroll for the coaching. आप अपने flexible time पे, if you're a homemaker or if you're working, if you're a student, anyone can just join us at their own convenient times and practice with us. We also, have free sessions going on Telegram. We have Telegram voice chats. So whoever wishes to get more information from our end, practice with us, last minute tips. So do get connected. We come up with a big package for all the IELTS aspirants, right? Moving further, people. So when I started, I did tell you that I want to talk about the tips that will help you to improve your fluency and also your confidence, boost your confidence, right? So the first tip there is that, of course, practicing is the most important thing. But how? This is how we guide you. Firstly, it is important that you start listening to podcasts, you start reading blogs, you start listening to audios with different accents. I personally don't recommend students to watch English movies because then, the complete picture is running in front of you. So although you are listening, but you can figure out many things just by the video that is playing. Hence, there is very little that you register of the language. And that's why I tell you that you should listen to podcasts, listen to people speaking in native language. When you listen to people speaking in different accent, this helps you not just for your speaking, but also for your listening module, right? So you'll become very comfortable and familiar and you'll be able to understand how the people speak. Next is, it's important for you to read anything in English. Could be a certain article, whatever you find interesting. It could be newspaper, it could be a magazine, it could be a novel, but whatever you read, you should always see you'll be coming across words that you're not able to understand. Register these words, pen them down, find the correct meaning of them and start using them in your day-to-day language. This will help you in building your vocab, improving your understanding of grammar, your understanding of sentence structures. And lastly, speak. For speaking, what will be my suggestion for you? For speaking, you should find a speaking companion. Now, what do I mean by finding a speaking companion? It's necessary that you speak the language on a day-to-day basis, right? And for that, you can find anyone. It could be your peers, it could be your colleagues, your spouse, your friends, anyone who speaks the language, anyone who is very comfortable to talk to you. You can also reach out to your mentors. We here, during our classes, we have group discussions. That hesitation, ek jhijak hoti hai when you start speaking a new language. So that has to go away. And how will it go away? Once you start speaking the language. I have observed so many students, वो English सुनते रहते हैं, हम बात कर रहे हैं, but they don't themselves put some hours of practice. So it's essential that you yourself start practicing the language on a day-to-day basis. Maybe आपने आज सुबह में कुछ भी किया हो, you can just add by the end of the day, define that this was the routine I have, ये daily task मैंने किया है. And you speak to your partner, you find like-minded people. जैसे हम लोग यहाँ practice करते हैं, तो other people who are planning to take up IELTS exam, you can discuss with them also, right? When you discuss with us as mentors, we give you a feedback that where you're going wrong. Trust me, it's essential कि आप वो language को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा use करें. I'll give you a very basic example. See, there are so many things that people can teach you, maybe cooking, driving, playing a new sport. तो ये सारी चीजों में आप technicalities उनसे सीख सकते हैं, that how a certain recipe आपको पता चल जाएगी. Or maybe if you're looking for a certain, how to drive, so वो आपको बता देंगे where's the brake, where's the clutch. For a game, the technique can be taught. But until you do it yourself, you will not know what are the challenges you are facing. And this is where most of the students lack the confidence. क्यों? क्योंकि वो बोलते नहीं है. The more you speak, the more you understand where you are lacking, you understand your challenge, and then you start speaking. Once you start speaking, it builds your confidence to speak, right? So important thing here is to start speaking. The third thing is to talk, stand in front of a mirror and talk. This helps you in boosting your confidence, how to maintain eye contact with people when you're speaking, how to talk. Eye contact, अगर मैं इधर उधर देख के बात कर रही हूँ तो रिफ्लेक्ट करेगा कि मैं नर्वस हूँ या मुझे पता नहीं है मुझे क्या बोलना है. So जरूरी है that you build that certain level of confidence, you maintain eye contact. Although eye contact mark नहीं हो रहा होता है आपकी स्पीकिंग में, but it just reflects that you are a confident speaker. ठीक है, हमारी बॉडी लैंग्वेज, हमारा आई कॉन्टैक्ट कहीं तो इम्पैक्ट बना रहा है, राइट, इन द माइंड ऑफ द एग्जामिनर दैट वी आर अ कॉन्फिडेंट स्पीकर बिकॉज वी नो द लैंग्वेज वेल. ओके, सो मिरर के सामने खड़े होके प्रैक्टिस कीजिए, विजुअलाइज कीजिए कि आप किस तरह से आपका पूरा सिनेरियो रहेगा एंड आप किस तरह से प्रेजेंट करेंगे अपने आइडियाज टू द एग्जामिनर. Last and most important, people, this works for most of my students. This is a tried and tested technique to record yourself. So what I suggest my students is कि आप कोई एक topic लीजिए, pick up any one topic, speak on it, record yourself, then listen to that recording. Identify कीजिए where you got stuck, which were the words that you were not able to recollect. Everyone has a certain set of vocab with them which they try to which they want to convey while they are expressing their ideas, but the word doesn't click. So practice mein students say, ma'am, word tha dimag mein but wo dhyan nahi aa raha tha. Why? Because of the lack of practice. So once you record yourself, ye aapko sare aapke jo challenges hai, jo aapke weak points hai, you'll be able to identify, note them down. Find synonyms. You'll also be able to identify which are the words that you're repeating again and again. Just list down those words. Find synonyms for those words. Now speak again on the same topic and record yourself. Listen to that recording. Trust me, when you speak on the same topic the second time, your recording will come across far better than what you spoke for the first time. Your fluency will improve. Your confidence to speak will improve. You know that you have a set of synonyms that you can use. And of course, now wo jo challenge aa raha tha na ki words nahi aa rahe dimag mein, that will slowly and eventually fade away. Words will start coming up to your tongue. Dimag mein hai but aa nahi raha. I'm not getting the right word. So that complete process will start falling in place once you start putting practice, recording yourself. Start practicing on the same topic. Especially cue card के लिए technique पे suggest करती हूँ मेरे students को, and it has worked wonders for all of them, right? So I would suggest all these 4 things. Firstly, to find a speaking companion. Mentors भी ढूंढ सकते हैं हम लोग, जिस तरह से हमारे students को feedback देते हैं, they can improve. Second is to the mirroring technique, which helps you in working on your body language and maintaining eye contact. Third is to practice, to read, to listen to more podcasts, reading blogs, and improving your grammar and vocab. And last is to record yourself, the most important one. And one thing, although it sounds very cliched, but you should practice. The more you practice, the more confident a speaker you become, and you can express your ideas there in front of the examiner. If you've been in that situation, सोचिए आप पहली बार कहीं examiner के सामने जाकर बैठते हैं ना, तो it's very tough. But once you're practicing, आप day to day basis पे या every few days you're practicing the overall scenario, तो वो hesitation, वो nervousness जो है eventually fade away हो जाती है. You are already prepared. You've already been there, done that situation हो जाती है. Now you know, okay, you're sitting in front of the examiner and you're discussing naturally few questions जो वो आपसे बात कर रहे हैं, you are talking to the examiner, right? So बस दिमाग में ये रखना है कि क्या चीजें हैं जो 4 पैरामीटर्स मुझे ध्यान रखने हैं, इनके लिए मुझे इवैल्यूएट किया जा रहा है, and you will nail it if you use these strategies and work on improving yourself on all these 4 parameters. Right, people? So I will just be quickly giving you the useful interview expressions. If at all you feel that you are not able to understand the examiner, use the right set of expressions like, could you repeat the question? Or I did not get you. or can you repeat? All these words can be used for you if you are not, able to recollect, if you're not able to understand what is the examiner asked you. Okay, be very polite and humble. And last tips for you for our speaking module: things to avoid. Firstly, don't say silent answer. Do not speak like a robot. And at the same time, don't mug up. Rattu tota nahi banna hai hame. We don't have to parrot. You do not have to speak with a flat intonation. Aapki variation rehni chahiye pitch mein when you're presenting your ideas. Panic bilkul nahi karna hai. Practice kijiye. Nervous mat hoiye. Just remember, train your brain that you will speak and present your ideas to the best of your abilities. Stay calm and composed. Take a few deep breaths when you're there in the exam. Break that cycle of thoughts. Sit very calm. Avoid any sort of repetitions. हमारे साथ जब आप प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो ये रेपिटेशन वाला चीज तो कट ही हो जाएगा, बिकॉज वी इंश्योर दैट हमारे स्टूडेंट्स उनका इंफॉर्मेशन रिपीट नहीं करें कंटिन्यूसली, एंड दे कम अप विद न्यू आइडियाज, दे यूज डिफरेंट सिनोनिम्स टू एक्सप्रेस देयर थॉट्स. And lastly, the most important one, don't fake any accent, British, American accent. कुछ भी आपको कॉपी करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Stick to your native accent. Just pronounce the words correctly, accurately, and you'll score well for your IELTS speaking test. Okay. So that's it from my end, people. I hope you found the session to be very engaging and आपको कुछ information आपके speaking के लिए मिली हमारे end से. Further, आपको और information चाहिए तो please join us and practice with our team of tutors. We'll be more than happy to guide you and help you in this journey of yours. तो आपकी पूरी planning from your how to draft a practice plan, to giving you tips and strategies, to giving you feedback on your writings and speaking, and getting your desired bands. In this entire journey, our team is there to help you. So feel free and get connected. Now I'll be handing over the session to our immigration expert, Mr. Dhaval Shukla. So over to you, sir. And if anyone who wants to know more about immigration and visa, please discuss with him. And I am still there for some time. If you have any queries, I'll be answering them in the chat box itself. Thank you, everyone. I hope you found the session to be interesting. Have a great day. Over to you, Mr. Dhaval.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, I'm audible. I'm audible to everyone. Am I audible to everyone? Hello.
Yes, you are.
So, yeah, good morning. I'm Nami from behalf of Dhaval. I'm taking this seminar. So, if you have any queries, you can ask me.
नहीं ये जो स्टूडेंट्स है ना ये ऑलरेडी इनके अकाउंट में पहले पुराने वाले जो टेस्ट है ना वो तो है ही, पर पहले ना जब मैं इनके टेस्ट ओपन कर रही थी ना तो पुराने वाले टेस्ट ओपन नहीं हो रहे थे, ये न्यू प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट इसमें आ रहे थे, तो दे ट्राइड ऑन दिस.
Hello. Hello.
I believe there is some issue at your end. You're not clearly audible. Mr.
Dhaval, you're not audible.
Hello.
तो मुझे ओल्ड टेस्ट दिख रहे हैं, तो मेरे अकाउंट में कोई भी न्यू प्रैक्टिस टेस्ट नहीं है.
Why is this not coming? मैं तो बोल रही थी। Join कराना था, join तो करे लो।
निकल